Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Josh.
Thanks for stopping by. We're going to be doing a review of Angel's Envy Bourbon. It's pretty readily available in some markets. Used to be readily available in ours. It was always on the shelves. You could always get it. What was the going price? I forgot off the top of my head now. You bought a lot of it.
No, I just had the one bottle.
Did you?
Yeah.
You really enjoyed it.
I liked
though.
it, but I haven't had it in a couple of years. I think it's about 45-ish.
Yeah. This particular bottle,
Healthy pours.
This particular bottle I had to buy in a neighboring state because our state doesn't carry it anymore. So I think I paid about call it $60 for this
I think
bottle
it was around
with the
50.
taxes and stuff. So it is Angel's Envy is what would be considered a small batch whiskey. It is between approximately 20 barrels, they say, to make a batch. It is finished in port wine barrels. A little bit of a history on the whiskey itself. It was crafted by Henderson. He has since passed away. Cheers to you, Mr. Henderson. This was one of his kind of legacy whiskeys, I believe.
What distillery?
I was trying to remember that distillery, and it didn't say on the website that I could see offhand. So,
What distillery is it now, though? Is it Buffalo Trace?
No,
No?
it is not Buffalo Trace. Bottled by Louisville Spirits, Louisville, Kentucky. It's bottled in Kentucky, distilled in Kentucky. I think it's Angel's Envy is the name of the distillery.
Oh, okay.
And even on this particular bottle, from the cellars of Henderson. He did pass away. He left some incredible spirits for the world to enjoy, and he left an incredible, wonderful legacy. This particular bottle is batch number 42V, bottle number 1985, which is... They do still hand label their bottles, and they write the batch numbers and everything.
Always a cool thing.
Yeah, it is. A little bit of that personal touch. Proof-wise on it is 43.3% ABV, 86.6 proof. Whiskey finished in port wine casks. And there is that classic wine characteristic. It's got a decent character. 6 years old, 6 to 8 is what they were saying typically from the research I was able to do. On here it says 8 to 12 barrels per batch. So
yeah, I definitely get that wine finish.
Yeah, it is.
And that's a lot of sweetness, a lot of caramel, vanilla.
And that's going to lend to the character too. If you have those once used port wine, you're going to have some of that saturation from the wine that was in the cask is going to leach into that whiskey as well.
And when it's just finished in like those barrels, it's only like 6 months or so, right?
It varies, yes. It varies. Like Maker's Mark finishes the Maker's 46 for 3 months or in that approximate time with the port wine or the French oak staves for Makers. So these guys, it depends on what their time frame is. From the research I was able to do, it didn't label or say how long.
I get like almost a sweet plum smell, which is the port wine.
Yeah,
but it's distinct.
That great
like that hoisin sauce, and you ever have that like Vietnamese restaurants? That sounds good.
Nice nose. Little bourbony character. The wine is really dominant.
It is.
The grape, that fruit.
I don't get a whole lot of
real
that char.
No.
But I do get the vanillas and the caramel of like a bourbon.
Yeah. Yep, there's some vanilla in there. The oak, a little bit of oak tannin.
Yeah, not getting a whole lot of
Not
oak.
a lot. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Right up front, for me, right up front, you have all that fruit and that wine.
It's mostly the fruit and the wine. Mm-hmm. Little bit of caramely sweetness
Very
at the
subtle.
end.
Mid palate, that fruit and that wine characteristic seems to carry through the mid palate for me.
Yeah. A little bit, like I said, a little bit of the caramely bourbon, but no barrel char at all.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of grape. There's a lot of that grape influence.
It's like a rich grape to me.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a fruity, like a Scotch fruity, you know.
No.
But that deep.
It's got a little more of an alcohol kick to it, maybe.
Well, like I said, for me, it's like a sweet plum, which I guess could be like a red grape.
Yeah.
And then I still get the caramel, a little vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, like no rye though. I'm sure there's rye in it.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it's aged in those barrels. Yeah, it just says finished, so I'm sure
Yeah.
not super long.
Mm-mm. That's such a art to finishing whiskeys in alternate barrels because
Yeah.
too much can overpower the spirit and you lose those bourbon characteristics and it just gets washed out by the fruit. So it's a fine line. Lincoln Henderson, the master distiller at the time, he'd been doing it forever. So, I mean, this was his big thing. It's a neat
good.
legacy to leave behind.
I like
it really is.
I still like it. It's good.
Yeah, you do.
What do you think?
It's better this go around than when I first got the bottle and I tried it. I wasn't that impressed with it.
I think it's good. I think it'd be a good one for people that are kind of newer to bourbon and stuff, because it's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's almost like a wheated bourbon. As far as, I mean, it doesn't taste like a wheated bourbon, but as far as like when you drink a wheated bourbon, it's easier to drink, I think, when you're newer to drinking bourbons and whiskeys.
It doesn't have that high alcohol punch with that
and the
rye.
yeah, peppery.
Yeah.
That's not
I can
in there.
see that.
It's just got a good, like we said, well, for me, like a sweet plum taste, and then caramel, vanilla, some heat from the alcohol. I'm not getting any pepper, but
If you take a pretty good sample and you roll it around the tongue,
I get a little pepper at the end.
there's some pepper.
Yeah, there it goes.
Dominant fruits like your grape.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of barrel. But it
Gurgly.
lingers, yeah. It lingers mid palate for me, right in the
fruit?
center. Yeah, the fruit lingers mid palate.
It's like laying across the middle of your tongue,
center of
like
your
a
tongue.
fruit strip, or those
Yes.
like fruit roll-ups.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
It's very
Back of the
interesting.
palate,
It's
it's
good.
very dry.
Yes.
Wine dry characteristic on the back of the palate. Front palate, fruit, red grape, red fruits, maybe wine-ish, very wine-ish. Mid palate, that dry fruit roll-up kind of, and then back is
I do get a little pepper on the back.
little pepper, yeah, little spice. It is. I enjoy it much better than the first time I opened this bottle when I got it. I saw it and I'm like, oh man, Angel's Envy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's kind of a
not
cool
available.
bottle. It's cool
It is.
history.
It
like,
is.
Stuff like that kind of sucks you in sometimes.
It does.
But I think it lives up to it. It's a good whiskey. I'd
it really is.
buy another bottle
Yeah.
if mine runs out at some point.
Yeah. Where are you at on yours?
Probably half gone.
It'd be
But I've
interesting
had it
to
for
see.
5 years. I
Right.
think. I bought
It'd
it
be
years
interesting
ago.
to do a comparison
yeah.
on oxidation. This would have been a good one. I wish I would have thought of that. One of our subscribers. I'm trying to think of which one of you out there.
He won't remember.
No, I won't.
Might even
But
try.
we've commented on it, and your comment was how you wanted us to do a comparison between an unopened whiskey and a opened whiskey that was fairly oxidized, and compare a brand new crack to an existing one. And we have not ever forgot that suggestion because it was such a great suggestion.
We just can't figure out which one to do.
Right, because I have Weller 12 behind me that's unopened. I have a Weller 107 that's opened at about half a bottle now.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
And I have some below that are unopened. That might be a good one to crack because those weeders are so fragile. You could really see, because those of you out there that are chasing the Pappies and the Wellers, some of the Weller 12s, in my opinion, for like my taste, I like the Weller 12 after it's been opened and you're about a quarter way down the shoulder and it's been sitting for a few months. That oxidation level for my palate is when it's at its peak. High vanilla, crazy nose, but a brand new Weller 12 cracked, it's okay.
There's nothing even there. They're barking at each other.
I know. Angel's Envy, decent. It's not a decent. I would not classify this as just a decent whiskey.
It's a good whiskey.
It's a good whiskey. Moderate price. It depends on your price points. If you're comparing like a $14.95 bourbon to a $100 bourbon, it's mid range.
Yeah.
Approachable. Good fruit characteristics.
Different flavor.
Yeah.
Than a lot of bourbons, since they're so
yeah
like alike a lot of the times. Like
if you're new to whiskey, like you said,
yes,
that'd be a
good
great
one.
approachable whiskey to start out. If it's available in your area, I would
Pick it
really recommend grabbing it.
Yep, it's
that
good.
port wine finish, that port barrels, it's just a really nice way to finish whiskey.
Yep, and it's unique.
It is.
It's definitely different. So
For
pick
sure.
one up if you can find it.
Thumbs up for me.
Yep, me too.
Remember, like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you want to get notifications when we release new videos every Saturday.
Get an electric dog collar for your dog so you can get them to stop barking.
Yeah,
That's what you're getting for Christmas.
that would be a great gift.
They'd stop.
Yeah. Like and subscribe as always. Enjoy your whiskey or bourbons
Any way you like.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.